Welcome everybody to This Is Difficult, and you are joining us on our 100th episode. Woohoo! I am pretty excited to be here for that. This is a really momentous occasion. We made it through 100 talking about things, and that is just really exciting. For those of you that are new, we are Lord Yeshua, Josh, one of your co-hosts, by the way, and Paul, you're on his channel. It's Ryugami-san in the flesh. We got Zach, another letdown in the corner, and we will be brought to you by Colin 4Gs as well, one of our ex-co-hosts as well, coming up. And here we talk about video game and video game related subject matter.
God damn it. You didn't listen at all to the
gag immediately.
Nothing.
Are we not live?
We're live. Yeah, we're live. We just had like a meeting about like what the plan is for how we're gonna run the podcast. God damn it. Podcast is ruined.
I don't remember anything. Dude, you put me on autopilot. I don't know what to tell you.
It's all good.
Which did I fuck up?
Dude, having a podcast is difficult, man. I tell you what.
Yeah,
dude, it's been 100 episodes.
100 episodes of me fucking up.
I'm amazed we made it this far.
With Josh as our lead, yeah.
I can't believe it's continued with me here at all.
Yeah. No, we're happy about it though.
Hey guys, I'm having some technical difficulties on my end.
Already?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but my computer's acting like real weird, and some things I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Wait, are we live?
Shmuley, we're live.
Yeah.
It's the 100th episode. Oh, sorry, I gotta go. Bye.
Sweet. That was our producer,
Okay.
Shmuley. I hope you guys all enjoyed hearing from him. Guys,
What'd you guys play this week?
Yeah, well, the last 2 weeks because we took
did.
last week off. So what you guys been up to? Tell us.
Oh man, yeah, I've been drowning in Mario. Honestly, me and Colin, not like obsessively, but definitely a little more than normal. And I haven't really been streaming so much, so it's a lot of gaming for not doing that for me at least. So me and Colin especially have been playing a lot on both of our files. So I basically 100% of this game twice now, and 100% in Bowser's Fury. And we just beat Champions Road on my file the other night, but we want to beat it with all 5 characters, because that's a thing. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's definitely the type of game where, spoiler alert, like when you get through all the secret levels and all that, blah blah blah, and you find out you have to beat the game with all 5 characters, each level with all 5 characters, basically everything. Then if you can take like a step back and be like, okay, this is an amazing game. I've crushed it, and I can come back to it gradually later and just play it, and I don't have to worry about rushing it. I will say though, in the past, me and Colin did 1000% this game, and we did beat every single level with every single character when it first came out. This is like in 2013, but that was a lot. That was a lot of life spent.
I mean, even just going for the 100% clear, which I'm now doing because
you have to.
I had to.
You do actually, as a first-time player, you actually do. And I won't say why. Spoiler alert, but
no, that's fine. I'm enjoying the crap out of it, and I'm noticeably getting better at it.
You will, It really incrementally. Crazy. It eases you into getting better and better at Mario, and the play style is like so 64 meets like the newer ones too, but on a 2D plane. So it gives you like the best of all like skill levels of Mario. It's like it lets you be good at the 3D Mario and the 2D. I feel like it's really good, very acrobatic Mario style. I love that.
Yeah,
I'm playing a lot of that.
He told me he was going to play that game with me several times, and
I know
every time I've been like, "Yo, let's play Mario," he's like, "Oh, I can't. I'm playing with Josh." And
pretty much.
Right. Sure.
So thanks for stealing our friend.
I know. I'm sorry. We did that, and then me and Colin played Banjo-Kazooie twice this week also.
Oh,
so
he plays other games with you too, huh?
Yeah, we usually stream it, but we decided to go offline for this one. So we've been doing a co-op playthrough, and it's taking us a while. So we're on our third playthrough of it coming up, and literally we could have the world record in this, I'm pretty sure, if we like really wrote out a map. Like I think we're gonna hit like 3 hours and 10 minutes for the co-op run, 100% run. And we could probably do sub 3 hours, which there isn't really a category for this yet because it's a mod. But I think that we could like establish a category if we like present times and shit. I don't know. It's pretty cool. So
yeah, I mean, like if there isn't a category for it, then technically all you need to do is do one, and then you do have the record.
Yeah, then you do establish the
It might not be a good one.
That's true.
Someone's gonna beat it, but
I think our established record is 3:30 right now, but we're about to like beat that right now, like by 20 minutes. So yeah, so lots of Mario. This game is really amazing. It's like really reinvented. I'm back on Mario for a second. It's really reinvented like the love of like, because people are like, oh, 2D Mario, oh, 3D Mario. I feel like it matches enough of the different Mario genres together with a shit ton of levels and like designs and all that you're like, okay, I can literally play this game for so long. And then there's 5 different types of characters as well. So you're like, okay, I don't want to play as Mario. Toad is personally my favorite. I think he's like expert mode because he jumps the lowest, but he has a really long jump.
He's a crazy long jump, yeah.
Crazy long jump and insane speed. So if you and like accuracy has to be on point with him. So you really want to increase your difficulty, and also gold pulling with him is a lot more difficult. Also, if you're trying to 100% with him, so I would recommend like if you're just trying to beat it again, like pick up the pieces with Toad just because it's really fun. But if you're trying to 100% with him, that's pretty difficult, I would say. Yeah.
We need to get you a mic arm.
I need a mic arm. All I have is a real human arm. Oh no, it's that my coffee table isn't low.
Why are you deliberately putting him on tangents, Paul?
Sorry.
Don't do that.
You're tangenting.
It's a skill that I have.
Yeah,
I was born this way.
Do,
yeah, that's rad. Any other games you guys been playing?
I mean, so other than Mario, like I played a bunch of Batman Arkham City, loving it, so good. Adam and I played 30XX, the alpha release. There will be a review coming, not today, but oh my god, that game is gas. I love it so much. And I've been playing a bunch of it solo as well. Gears Tactics, Alex and I tried to play over Parsec last week, and we could play the game great, but the stream did not go very well. So we talked to Colin. I think we figured it out.
You got to talk to Colin. He's the way your stream gets saved.
Yeah,
there you go.
And Chamali and I are looking forward to. I played a few minutes, and he played a little bit more of the Outriders demo. The game looks way better than I thought it would.
It's a lot more fun than I expected, but I have some concerns about it.
I definitely do too. I mean, first and foremost for me, it showed me that I need a new graphics card, which makes me really sad because they're not available right now.
So I tell you one thing though, and this is what I've heard from everyone, and it plays pretty well on my computer. But I've heard just other people with other like really good rigs having problems. But on console, it's playing really well.
Yeah.
So I think that we're getting some echo.
I wonder.
Yeah. Anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah. On console, the performance issues aren't there. So that might be a viable place for people to play this. And also, I think that like they're definitely going to patch it. This is a beta.
Oh yeah, it's
there's gonna be some improvements to the how well it's running on computers. So but I don't know why I can't think of the name. Optimization. That's the word. Dude,
it's basically the intersection of two of my favorite game franchises. It's Gears of War meets Mass Effect. And I'm kind of right. I mean, that's why I'm wearing my N7 t-shirt today. I'm absolutely there for that. So, and that's true. Yeah. Blink mentions in chat that I played Sentinels in the Multiverse, the digital game as well, with him on stream this morning. And that was super fun. So yeah, a lot of gaming in the last 2 weeks for me.
Excellent.
How about you, Paul?
Let's see. What did I play? I played some of the demo of Outriders. I did enjoy it. The things that like my number one concerns about it is it gave me some really, really powerful Anthem vibes, both in story and writing and gameplay. And so, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because I honestly think that like the biggest problems with Anthem weren't those things that I just mentioned.
Right.
So,
so my concern though is with Mass Effect being re-released, is Outriders just going to be swept to the side?
Probably.
Well, it's a totally different game company, so
it is. But like you're gonna, I mean,
you're saying that people that are like as far as like people who would play it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Isn't that what happened to Anthem? Is that it got swept completely under the rug? Like literally, it was a whirlwind, and then the game was just like in the past. I was like, "What?"
No, that's not what happened with Anthem.
3 months old.
What happened with Anthem was they did not support the game, and it was broken. It was a broken game, and so it wasn't a finished game by any stretch. It had a lot of really cool ideas and like cool bones for a game, but it was not a finished game. And then they failed to support it. They failed to meet their promises as far as like content releases and patches. And then eventually it was just, you know, they were kind of head over heels, you know. Yeah, they went into an incubation period, which lasted until just a couple weeks ago, and EA decided ultimately to say fuck that shit, and they're putting all the developers actually back onto Dragon Age and whatchamacallit that you just mentioned.
Mass Effect? Oh,
Mass
really?
Effect. Yep.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
So those are the games that they're working on now, and Anthem has gone the way of the buffalo, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so I'm concerned that might happen with Outriders, but it's not EA doing it. Isn't it Squaresoft and People Can Fly? So that might be that it might have a better chance of survival there. What other games did I play?
A jukebox? I'm hearing like
I heard some weird
music.
Yeah. It's probably the train in the background of my house.
Oh yeah, maybe it's a train in your house.
Dude, it goes straight through my house.
That's rad.
It does sound like
I played some Mario as well. Really enjoying Mario 3D World. Have not played it co-op yet.
That's the prime. As good as it is solo,
Colin keeps promising me, but not delivering.
Well, Colin's promised. You guys have promised. Yeah. My sister's promised.
So we need to do. For those of you guys who don't know, we want to. This is difficult stream of 3D World. So
this is difficult 3D World.
Yeah, we want to schedule that, and we'll do it on like a Saturday. Should be cool. But we just haven't had a chance to get that together yet.
Whoa. What a surprise!
What?
Okay. Oh, something's happening to my what? Hold on. What is happening?
Can't hear anything.
Oh my god!
Wait, what?
What a surprise!
It's Colin.
It's Colin.
I never
big surprise, everybody.
It's a surprise. We didn't announce it by accident. That's
you have the wrong socials on there. There we go. It's Colin. It's not Adam. Hey, what's up, man? How'd you get here?
You're all shiny.
He's been talking the whole time.
I think his mic is muted.
He's been going on. He's loving it. He's like really enjoying what he's talking about. We just can't hear it at all.
Yeah, I can't hear him at all.
He's starting to realize now slowly that we don't understand what he's saying.
And he's gone now.
He's gone, just like that.
While he's gone, I'll finish talking about the other games that I've been playing. Nioh 2, we're getting really close to finishing Nioh 2. And then I recently, it's not really a game, but I found a way to stream from a 3DS.
Wow,
and
that's
through Wi-Fi. But it doesn't work. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back. Restart that whole.
So I got it. I got the streaming partially working, but I've got some kinks to work out with it. But if I can get it working, it will be like I'll be able to stream from a 3DS to my computer and then stream that without having a capture card. Ocarina of Time's the game I've been testing, and that's the one that fails. But I'm able to open other games and it works.
What if you turn the 3D off?
No, it's not the 3D that's the problem. The problem is, for some reason, and to like full disclosure, you have to hack your 3DS to make this work.
Really?
Yes.
Hardware hack or just software?
Software hack. You flash a firmware, and with the custom firmware, you can load an application on that will let you broadcast your 3DS to your computer through an IP address. Once you've done that, you can load games and you should be able to stream them. What I've found is that when I load like other game, like there's some like homebrew games on there, like emulated games like Shining Force, it works, right? But for some reason, when I load a game from the cartridge slot, which the one that I was trying is Zelda, Ocarina of Time 3D, and it as soon as you launch the game, it cuts off the Wi-Fi. So with the Wi-Fi cut off, that stops it from streaming to my computer, which is kind of a bummer. So I don't know what I need to do to work around that, but yeah, there's got to be something. Anyway, Colin, how have you been? And those of you who don't know, Colin was originally on the podcast,
yes.
and that's why he's appeared on this.
I do remember you were a host on this show. That's right.
Yeah, way back in the day.
It's over here.
I'm trying to remember when that was.
It's over there.
Ah, yes.
That's where the milk carton
See you, boy. I haven't seen you since yesterday.
I can look down on you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we should play the Banjo-Kazooie.
I was going to say, are we going to get the world record or what? Do we just establish a category co-op playthrough, glitchless?
I feel like that's like a huge glitch just to get there, right?
That's a glitch.
I feel like it's a pretty big mod. Can we use L to levitate still, or is that not allowed?
Oh yeah, we've been doing a lot of fucked up.
You know what we should do?
Give ourselves all moves right in the beginning.
The topic for the podcast today was the past, present, and future of the podcast.
Past, present, future.
Maybe it's like the ghosts of Christmas, past, present, and future. And Colin is the ghost of Christmas past.
Zach's the ghost of the future.
He's the ghost of This Is Difficult Past.
Adam?
The ghost of This Is Difficult. Oh no, they're both the ghost of Difficult Past. Damn it. It didn't work. Anyway.
No. I was like, I'm really eager to hear this, but here we go.
Your metaphor got
really
way away
tried.
from you. I was like,
really, it was a good idea for a second.
Oh, show us. Is this really what you're doing?
I'm showing you guys.
Why are we doing this?
All right,
Turtle
explain
tipping.
What you're doing real quick.
Guys, okay.
Yeah, this came out of left field, so let's...
Have you ever had difficulties beating Champions Road because it's fucking hard?
Just for
let's get some context here, Colin.
The last level
Jesus Christ. Champions Road is so hard. Like,
I will agree.
All the levels combined, easy. Comparatively.
Besides the mystery box at the end. But yeah.
No, the mystery box isn't too bad. I mean, like, you kind of...
That's pretty hard.
I don't know, and I did it, so...
So there's an insane scale in Super Mario 3D World where we were saying the levels get harder and harder and more manageable, but you become better at the game, and eventually you're doing crazy shit, right? Okay, up until the very last level, which is really awesome and hard. Now, okay, I don't know if Zach wants to hear this, though, because he hasn't played it.
Where's this coming from, guys? Why are we talking about this?
I'm totally blindsided by this. I know Champions Road exists. That's about all.
So Champions Road, the ultimate final level, akin to the perfect run from Galaxy 2. As hard as all of the levels were up to this point, this is 20 times as difficult. Literally thousands of lives.
No checkpoints.
No power-ups at all in the entire level.
What else is there not? There's like something else, I feel like.
So it honestly takes about...
there's no Tanuki suit. You can't get a Tanuki cheat.
Can I pause you guys?
Yeah.
You guys jumped into this and started rambling, and no one knows what you're talking about at all. What game are you guys talking about?
3D World.
I was giving a little presentation on how to get 1,100 lives.
Okay,
or 3 crowns.
We're talking about Mario 3D World, and you guys are now talking about how to exploit in the game.
Yes,
on
basically.
how to.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the past of. This is difficult.
You're really trying to
decide.
I'm just trying to get some context.
Like, so past, present, future. Would you say like Ghost maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
You like desperately want this metaphor to work.
Wait, are we talking about Ghost of Tsushima now?
Jesus Christ.
So Mario, the most recent Mario game, is the past.
Okay. The most recent Mario game is the past because it came from the Wii U, which was from the past.
We did discover how to do this exploit on the Wii U too.
And Colin's in a time machine.
You do not need to use this exploit if you're just playing the game. Like, straight up, don't even worry about this. Everyone who's gotten to the very end, they're like, there was no need for that until you fucking unlock Champions.
Exactly.
You need an exuberant amount of lives.
I've gone through probably 1,000 lives at this point.
No, we went through like several thousand lives. So a crown is 1,000. So we've gone through like 3
and 3 crowns is not 3,000 lives though.
Okay. Well, the second 2 crowns aren't, but the first crown is 1,000.
Where did crown come from?
So
I'm going to show you. You guys just let me. Let me.
Now keep in mind your window is ridiculously small.
Okay, make my window just as big as possible. Just make it huge.
Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
Okay. You guys said I can do whatever I wanted. This is what I want to do.
Okay.
Share my joy with you. Okay.
Colin's
So,
big now.
as you can see, by the way, this comes from some guy's YouTube channel. Let me check.
This isn't even us?
FP Good Game. No, this
Oh
isn't even
my
us. I didn't record us. Okay.
You're going to do it yourself.
So it's in World 1, 2. You have to go there, right?
The second level of the game, you can do this right away. Although, again,
right away.
You don't need to unless you really are trying to grind out.
So what you do is you go down and you grab your nearest Koopa, right? So you can just go ahead and grab that. Be careful though, if you run into an enemy with a Koopa shell, you'll break it.
Shell, yeah.
So this is the easiest way to get 1,000 lives, and like multiple people can do this at the same time too.
Yeah.
So then you just throw it.
Time.
Let me just show that again, just for those people not watching. You basically grab the shell and you throw it against this wall, and you jump immediately, and then you just let off your controller. You don't touch at this point.
The timing will make you bounce perfectly, yeah.
And then your lives just go up.
Yeah.
It's a really cool song too.
3 people going.
Yeah, well, I mean, sure, you have 4 if you really wanted to. You have to just find those shells. But we had 2 at one time. It was pretty awesome. So, but yeah, this just goes on forever. No, this is important. You guys haven't been to Champions Road yet.
No.
Look at the crown. The crown.
Oh. Okay.
Look.
This is why Colin was removed from the podcast.
Okay,
I fired Colin for these inane rambling rants.
I will say, as rambly and random as this is, Champions Road is really amazing, and I recommend everyone play it just so they can see how intense Mario can get. Although we're still coin tossing on whether it's more difficult than the Perfect Run, the other arguably most difficult Mario level. I think the Perfect Run is harder because you only have 1 health and you don't have any help from a teammate potentially.
The level's like pretty hard still, but not as hard if you're Peach or Rosalina as well.
Yeah.
Rosalina and Peach make it so much easier. Where like Mario, Luigi, and Toad are like the most difficult in this level because you can't do the cheats, you know. So we can see this guy has 3 crowns now, which is 1,100 lives.
So exciting.
Dude,
so only the first crown is only the first crown is 1,000. So I always thought it was 3,000. So I guess not.
No. It's just the first crown is 1,000, and the other 2, I don't know, something. And then he dies, so he loses the crown.
It's weird that you can't max out at all. It's weird that you can't max out on lives.
Yeah, very weird. That's good, guys. That was a good little segment. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I learned a lot. So
I'm sure the audience did too.
I throw up a gift that says "learning and growing."
Yeah, you should have done the more you know.
So this is how you cheat in Mario, guys. It's
really the only exploit in the game.
How to exploit? There's probably more. There's got to be.
There are, I'm sure. I mean, like you literally learn how to speed run by the time you're done with Champions Road because you like have to get through it because it's like modules, you know.
Oh wow,
so,
that does sound really cool.
Ridiculous.
And again, I absolutely love that game. I have not, I had a friend. Together. I had this one friend that kept offering to play together. And then every time I was like, "Yo, let's play."
Okay.
I even did a stream and scheduled a stream so that.
I offered. Remember that. Let the record show. I offered.
I scheduled a stream to play this game with him, and then I started the stream, and he said, "No, I'm finishing the last level with Josh."
We were. I thought we'd done
a stream with him.
Yeah, I was gonna stream with him.
5 different sit-down sessions.
We planned it like 3 days ahead. I was like, yeah, okay.
What? This is not what.
This did happen.
3 days ahead, I said maybe, potentially.
No.
We find out.
No, we were gonna go live one night, and I was like, I'm gonna play Neo 2 if you're not ready by this time. And he said, I'm not gonna be ready by that time. And I'm like, cool, I'm gonna play Neo 2. And then I was like, but I'm gonna play Mario on such and such a day. And you're like, cool, I'll play with you. And then that day comes, and I'm like, yo, you gonna play? And you're like, nope, I'm doing this. And I was like, oh,
you're like, wait,
thanks. Glad I scheduled this stream around our conversation. I'm just fucking with you. We'll definitely play. But yes.
So good.
Anything else you want to say about Mario?
No, that's it.
Anything you want to say about the past, present, and future? Actually, just like as a former member, why don't you give us kind of like your take on maybe like the past and the present of
the prime was when Adam and I were here, you know, like
thanks.
How is that its pinnacle? Let me draw you a diagram.
I don't know.
Yeah, when you guys were blundering around doing this.
I'm playing video games.
Before Chamali was here.
Oh.
Wow.
When we had no direction at all, you know?
We did have no
Sit down and
direction.
ramble
We're
about video
basically
games for an
just
hour.
so
when we talked about Breath of the Wild almost exclusively, you know?
So the original format,
Well, that carried over.
Here's what the original format for the show was. It was this. Each one of us was supposed to bring 3 to 5 news items to talk about
Yes.
every week, and also talk about the games we've been playing and the games we're looking forward to.
Well, we also played a game a week too.
Well, we didn't. So that was when we introduced the feature game or the game of the week, which was later on. So the feature game was originally set up so that all of the members of the podcast had to play that game that week, and we all 3 talked about it that week.
I was in my house buying all these games.
We tried to play exclusively free games.
Well, right. We tried to do like the Nintendo SNES, but then we ran out of good ones. And we're like, now what? And then Adam was like, I can't afford this. You know?
Yeah. So we discovered that was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And then, what about, I don't know, what else can you say about the past, present, and well, just past and present? We'll talk about the future later. I think we should close with the future of the podcast.
I have to hop off. My time is near.
Okay. A new ghosty may be arriving. All right. Well, Colin, thanks for joining us, man. I really appreciate you, being a creeper. And he disappeared.
Oh,
all right. Now he's gone. We can still hear him, though, I think.
I said he's gone.
I said he's gone. Colin is gone. All right. He's gone for real.
Well, that nightmare's over.
Oh, my goodness. That was fun.
Turtle tipping.
Borges just subscribed. What a champion.
Well, no, Blink gifted him again.
Oh, that's nice.
Borges got gifted a sub. Blink is the true champion. Is there a way to fix that so that it shows in the notification instead of that they subscribe?
I'm working on that.
It shows who got it, who gave it still.
Well, it says that in my Wisebot, it says so-and-so in chat, gifted the sub. But in the notification, I don't think I have a gifted sub notification. It just shows
no, there isn't one at the moment.
That's annoying.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. I'm always like, thank you, Bling Blong. And I'm like, wait, it wasn't Bling Blong, it was Blorzel.
Bling Blong and Blorzel. What are we adopting titles now?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
What's the present looking like?
What's the present looking like? Well, the present is this, right? So we talk about video games and other things. We kind of changed our format to be more topical instead of news-based. Because it got to the point in the past where we were just listing off news articles, and that was the whole show.
Right.
And so even though we gave our take on everything, which I think was fun, it wasn't like something that you could rewatch. Oh God, something is
oh shit, this is awkward.
The stream is just hella broken today.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
It's
am I too early?
Hey, how are you? It's Adam. Oh shit, it's still the wrong socials. There we go. Now it's Adam. It was Colin, now it's Adam. Hey, how you doing?
Back on the milk cart.
Welcome
aboard.
Talking about the past, present, and future of the podcast. Again, we have a past member of the podcast joining us here. My brother, Adam. He's a cool guy.
On the show.
He is presently on the show.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna work this one.
Yeah. Dude, what games you been playing?
So I actually have been playing one called Littlewood. That is
sounds
really
familiar.
Good. Yeah, better word for you.
Very familiar nickname.
It's I would describe it as kind of like a Stardew Light with like a little bit of town building stuff. It's a very like low pressure game. It's super chill. You just like talk to some people, you grow some stuff, you build some stuff.
Okay, I see.
So like that's what I've been kind of doing lately.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Has anyone else played Valheim yet?
No, it's on my list. It looks pretty cool.
What's that?
Here's what I'll say about Valheim, and I was actually playing a little bit of this right before we started the show. It is it's a survival game set in like a Viking setting, right?
Yeah.
Typically, I don't like survival games, and honestly, I don't really like this game either. But
face.
There's a caveat to that. It is a good game. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that I don't like survival games. But this is a very fun game to play with people who do like survival games. If you don't like survival games, because they can just carry your ass and you can have a fun time. I will say this, as far as like starting the game out, even though you're like crippled and can't do anything, and you have to like, it's a struggle to like kill your first deer, and like get like the things that you need. It's so zen-like. Like the aesthetic is beautiful, and it's got like beautiful music playing the entire time, and it's just really relaxing to like just go in. And I thought that was like an interesting take on the genre, like because even though you're in this like dire situation, it's very peaceful. So like you don't feel like super overwhelmed when you start out. So I mean, if you like Stardew Valley, if you like, games where you have to like craft and build things and collect shit for inventory and like
I love crafting and building. I don't like survival that much.
Right. Well, so here's the other thing. It doesn't have the like real brutal survival mechanics. Like you don't have to eat all the time. Like you're not gonna starve to death if you don't eat. It certainly helps. It certainly helps you heal, but it doesn't like, it's not like you're gonna bleed out, because you didn't have a sandwich. So it's pretty approachable in that way. So I think it's actually kind of rad.
Even though you just
so which is it, Paul? Do you love it or you hate it?
You don't like this game.
I don't like it.
It's pretty rad.
But it's pretty rad.
But it's pretty rad.
No.
So is it like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you're saying that like even though you don't like it, you recognize that it's a good game.
There you go.
And I will play it with friends. Like it's a good game, and I would definitely play it with people who enjoy those games. It's not a game I would really solo myself, just because that's not my style of game. But if you're into those games, I would highly recommend it.
I've also been playing. I've been playing the new Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, pretty good, right?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's really good.
There's things that I miss about the last Hyrule Warriors, but
like the adventure mode.
The adventure mode, that's the big one. Yeah. I love the adventure mode. I love how many unlockables there are. There's nowhere near the amount of unlockables in the new one. But other than that, like it's still really fun. Like all the characters that there are really cool and unique. So
yeah.
And you and I played 30XX. Have you played any more of that?
We did. Yeah, that's right. No, I haven't touched it.
That game's brutal.
It's so Ace is way harder than Nina.
And that's who I was playing as, because I'm like a zero guy.
Me too. And that's immediately like handicapping yourself.
So for people who don't know what 30XX is, it is a procedurally generated Mega Man X style game.
Yes.
That's also a roguelike. Yes. And it's the successor to 20XX.
Yep.
Which 20XX also had 2 more characters, and I wonder if they're going to add those.
Yeah, because it's just in alpha right now, right?
Right.
Yeah, early access. I think technically beta, but
it says alpha up on the top corner.
Oh, it's a very polished alpha.
Yeah,
it is a very polished alpha. Yeah. But they're even like one of the characters in the hub, when you go in and talk to her, she says, "Hey, this is an alpha. Come back and talk to me later. I'll have way more to say."
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like there's a lot of filler in there, but like as far as like how the game engine runs, which is that procedurally generated, Mega Man stuff, it runs really well.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they got the mechanics down and working before they like add all the extra bells and whistles. So that's pretty cool.
And it is just insanely fun. Like I've gotten significantly better than when we played, just because I've swapped to Nina and had more practice. But like I can consistently get up to the second boss, and that's usually where I croak. But I can't stop playing it. It's great. And basically, if I'm playing games and I'm not playing Super Mario 3D World, I'm playing 30XX.
Cool.
Yeah.
I played that a little bit with Colin too.
Did you?
Oh, even he got to play with Colin.
Paul's like,
I'll tell you what though, like it's very frustrating.
It's hurtful, guys.
Nintendo's net framework is terrible.
Yeah.
And like so Mario 3D World especially is agony playing online.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like because there's so much lag and like
pretty bad.
That's good to know. That's good to know because we did the Scott Pilgrim multi-stream and it was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster, and because we were doing it on the Switch, I don't know how different it would have been if we did it on a different console, but at least if we did it on PC, we could have done Parsec and it would have been playable, right? And we wouldn't have had to do like the shitty network connection that way.
This is like it's very difficult, and like Faye was playing with us too, and I was getting super mad at her because she kept accidentally grabbing me and throwing me and stuff like that, like. And it cost
that needs to be turned off. The friendly fire needs to have an option to be turned off. Also, bugged me.
I feel like
so it's not friendly fire so much as it is like you can pick each other up so that you can like get some height, and you know it's a co-op thing, but I've yet to see it used well, and it's impossible to sync those moves.
Josh is like,
Say that, me and Colin were able to a lot of places that were like when we were collecting all the green stars on our first playthrough. You could only get them with like the cat or like some crazy wall jumping and like, oh, we walked too far and we're like, shit, we don't have the cat or whatever. We found ways to like do wall jumps and spin jumps, and then you jump under the other person and you keep doing that. It gets them super high.
I feel like that's next to impossible to time on the online play though.
And that's the thing. Me and Colin played the whole thing online, and honestly, I didn't really notice too much lag except in Champions Road in the last level, like where everything is finally accurate. But there were a few lag points where like you jump and then just die, and you're like, what? Like, did I not just jump at that edge?
Anyone tried playing? Does anyone have the dongle for the Ethernet cable for your Switch dock? No one. Okay, I figured no one else had it, but
Colin's talking about getting it, but
I don't know that it makes that big of a difference, honestly. Like I can't imagine.
My Wi-Fi is kind of shit though too. And hopefully I'll be getting better Wi-Fi soon.
Yeah. But so that being all said, Nintendo is updating their online service. Now, if that's going to like backwards compatibly fix all the shitty netcode with these other games, I don't know. I know that they did a test run of the new network with the new Monster Hunter game.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, they were using a game that was, or sorry, a server or service that was bought from Ubisoft back in like 2007 or something like that, maybe earlier. It was really old. So hopefully they'll be getting that. Also, did you guys see recently? There's some like confirmed rumors about Switch Pro.
Oh, yeah, I did see that popping up.
Yeah, so
it's like Super Switch, I think they're calling. I've seen it called.
I have no idea what they're gonna call it, but allegedly it's got a 7-inch screen.
Right, like
yeah.
What do we have now? 6-inch.
Yeah. So the thing is that, you know, making a bigger screen, like, how are they going to make the Joy-Cons comfortably fit? Are they going to come out with a new Joy-Con that's larger?
Yeah. One of the things that I saw was like, it holds more like, do I have it? Yeah, I do. One of this style, like the grips like this are built into the Joy-Cons.
Oh, okay. That kind of makes sense. Interesting.
Oh, so it cuts the size of the Joy-Con out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's going to be really bulky and not very mobile, but I guess maybe they have to if they want to be able to like put more power into it. Supposedly it'll be able to do
why they're doing it is to like, because you have the Switch Lite that's more mobile.
So we need the less mobile ultimate version. Yeah.
So that means.
So at what point we've got the Switch, we've got the Switch Lite, and we've got
Switch Heavy.
Super Switch Heavy. I like Switch Heavy. I'm gonna start calling it Switch Heavy.
Switch Heavy. Yeah,
Switch 64.
Well, Switch 64, but are we going to get
64.
And then the Switch Cube.
Switch
Oh
Boy.
God.
Right? Switchblade.
No.
All I know is what's better. Here, give us the confirmed juice.
So, in docked mode, it'll be able to put out 4K. In handheld mode, it is locked to 720p, which I think is what it is currently anyway. But at that like pixel density though, it shouldn't matter. Like even on a 7-inch screen, you're not gonna really know the difference.
Warriors even on the Switch handheld, and I thought it looked fine. I was like, this intense and rapid movement, like it still looks pretty good.
I mean, even playing it on the dock, it still looks pretty good. Like Nintendo is really good about optimizing their first-party games.
First-party games.
Yes,
I gotta say, third-party games sometimes look like anus.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
I guess I don't play a lot of non-pixel art third-party games.
I don't either.
That's the thing. Is Nintendo and all these other like better games for the Switch are like, you know, it's like Celeste and stuff like Cuphead, where like the graphics are like pretty much only can get so good.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Party stuff is like Mario, so everything's like a smooth circle making a body, and you're like, like
everything's so polished in Mario. Like I was just looking at
so polished
at my friend streaming Mario Odyssey, and that game is just gorgeous. Like even though it's not 4K, it looks like it could be. You're just like blown away by it.
Completely. Even Breath, like just based on the graphic style they chose, is like super optimized for what it is.
Right.
Yeah, they always pick right because they know they can't do like Dark Souls and like all that shit. They can't do that realism, so they don't even
have
attempt.
Dark Souls on
Switch. But again, it probably does not look as good as it does on Steam. Let's be real.
Right. No.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But that game's old though. I mean, those games came out on the the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So the Switch should be able to run those fine.
I always thought third party on the Switch was like, or on Nintendo was like a cop out. I was like, I'll save my third party games for PlayStation or PC.
That's what I do too.
Like Nintendo is made for its first party games.
Well, so for me though, the one thing that makes me like want to play third party games on my Switch though is because it's portable.
It's portable.
Right.
Right. I can go into the other room, hang out with my wife, and play games. She actually asked me at dinner today, should I buy myself a Switch? And I'm like, no, just here, have a Joy-Con.
Yeah.
And that's the first time she's ever.
And also wait, because there's going to be a Switch Pro. Like, just wait. You can
give her your
just be like, have this one. I'm getting a
Super Switch.
Yeah. I got the Switch Heavy.
Switch Heavy.
Oh, it sucks. I have to get this big one.
Will it be necessary for playing future games?
That concerns me.
I bet it will. I bet it will. So let me kind of put perspective on that.
I don't know that it will, but
I don't think it will. I think it's going to be like the new 3DS.
Yeah.
So there will be games that will either have enhanced features or require that you play on the new 3DS.
Not have features. Yeah.
But I don't think that they're going to completely block it out from being able to be played necessarily. I think Zelda has a pretty significant chance of being the first game that is either required or has enhanced features on.
That would cause among the fans to be like, oh, you know, one of the main reasons that you fucking have this console. Well, now you have to buy the next console.
They've done it. They did that with Majora's Mask on the new 3DS. So
they did.
Yeah.
No, I played the original. I definitely never upgraded my 3DS, and I played regular Majora's Mask.
I think there's enhanced. You have enhanced features on the 3DS.
So you just get cut like a worse game, basically. Otherwise, Nintendo's been good about like, you know, on the Wii U and on the Switch, we had Breath of the Wild. Same with like a lot of games that were like coming out at the cusp, like Twilight Princess, GameCube, and Wii. So I feel like it's nice about like giving the old console as well as the new console, even if it is a new console. Which to me, do I really have to buy this? If it's a new console, that means I have to get it. But if it's just like an S series or X series, like all these other guys do, I don't know. It has to be like there has to be real exclusives for me to like even consider getting a new console. I feel
for
like.
me,
they made a statement at the beginning of the year, like the Switch still has life in it.
Yeah.
I feel like,
but that's okay. That's another. That's just a marketing thing. That's them trying to sell their existing stock of Switch consoles.
I don't feel like the Switch is that old though.
No,
it's 4 years old, and it was a dated console when they released it. It was less powerful than the Wii U. Okay, now granted, it's a handheld, but
and the DS lasts a really long time.
Right, but the DS also had multiple variations. You had the original DS, the 3DS, the 2DS, the DSi, the DS Lite. You've got the new 3DS, new 3DS XL.
I hate this shit.
2DS XL.
One console, please.
Thank you.
Okay, but
thank you, Adam.
One console, GameCube, one console, and that was it. That was the last of it. And
all
now
I'm saying is it's not unlike Nintendo to release multiple variations of a console that get progressively better in some way or another.
Yeah, but it seems like everyone's doing this shit now, and I hate it. Like, it's really annoying.
This is getting really negative. You guys aren't excited for a more powerful Switch? The Switch currently, the load times on the Switch for some of the best games are.
I don't need to buy a new console like every 4 years.
It's the same thing as the DLC. So like if a game comes out and it's really good, I want to be able to play it in its entirety. Sure, DLC comes out years later and that's fun, but like I don't want to be inherently not included. So the Switch comes out, we know that it's not up to snuff with the other guys, but we still get it and we love it, right? With the known knowledge that there may be like a newer Nintendo console coming out soon, but like they can't just like hold out and like make games for it. They really have to like rush the process. I don't know, I feel like Nintendo, now that we're saying it, Nintendo's kind of been behind since the Wii. Like, the Wii, like already the Wii came out, it was not in HD at the time. And it was the only console.
No, they've been behind since the GameCube. The GameCube was underpowered compared to all the other consoles on the market.
That was kind of on the cusp of people not giving a shit still, though. But we were getting there. Xbox came out, they kind of revolutionized, because then we had PC gamers being like, oh, Microsoft, oh, interesting. Now graphics matter. Now everything matters, processing power and everything. Before, Nintendo won purely on gameplay alone, and now it's like all these other things.
And I think that's still their strong suit. And I honestly don't care if they come out with a Switch that is, can make games look better. I want a Switch that can make games run better. Some of the load times on some of the games on the Switch are really bad, especially compared to like you've got. Yeah, well, and you've got like the new consoles and PC that load in an instant because of their new SSD technology. Yeah. So right now Nintendo's like greatly behind the curve.
I don't want to have to buy a new console.
Right. It is. Yeah.
I don't think you're going to have to though.
Like, I mean, eventually I will. I feel like
eventually you will, but eventually you're gonna upgrade anyway.
I know, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's too soon. I don't want to buy half console. That's the other thing. I don't want to buy a Switch Plus. I want to buy whatever the next one is.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't like this.
Interesting.
I don't want to buy a PS 4.5. I don't want to buy like. I don't like this half step garbage.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Something new out or don't.
Like,
I think that's a pretty short-sighted view of how like technology progresses, though.
Here's the thing: the 5-year mark is pretty standard for Nintendo. Like, it's almost like clockwork. Every 5 years, we get a new console. So, like Super Nintendo 64 and 64 to GameCube. When did the Wii come out? 2005. So maybe lost a year on the GameCube even. And then boom, 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 like that. The Wii U only had like a 3-year lifespan. It was so abysmal.
Yeah, it was like, pretty rough. But so that's kind of falling right into the sweet spot for Nintendo then.
Yeah, so this would make it the sweet spot for they could announce it and it could come out on the 5-year mark. And honestly, I guess then what are we gonna do? Like then we're kind of fucked with an old console. But personally, I'm like,
I don't think you're fucked. So Chamali brought up a good
so much good stuff for the Switch. It's just like, damn, they're really pull this console.
Here's the thing. You get. Like right now we're like doomsday view of this shit. Right?
It's all
like
over.
That's crazy. So Nintendo is still going to be selling Switch Lites. They're still going to be selling regular Switches, and they're going to have this upgraded version of the Switch. No one's going to make you buy a new Switch. They're going to do everything they can to make things backwards compatible. Okay. But you will have this option if you want to buy a more powerful Switch, then you can buy a more powerful Switch.
Right, but we're talking about locking people out for games and stuff like the 3DS.
We don't know that they're going to lock people out for games, and even the 3DS only locked people out of like 3 games. So
you're speculating Breath might be the first, and that would literally force a ton of people to
guess, though. That's me speculating.
But that would be like literally saying you can't get the first Breath until you already get like the next. You know, it's like literally like one of the main selling points of the Switch is Zelda. So it's
the only reason I think they would do that is to sell the new version of the Switch, or like give you advanced features on it, because that is what they've done before. That's literally exactly what they've done before. They did it with Twilight Princess. They released it both on the GameCube and on the Wii, right?
Oh, on the Wii.
And it's
arguably far superior on the Wii.
Exactly.
Because you even have double the item slots. Like you have so many things that are just so much more quality of life.
Yeah, and they did it with Majora's Mask on the and Hyrule Warriors on the 3DS. Both of those games have advanced features on the new 3DS. They're playable on the original 3DS, but they're better on the new 3DS. So
very interesting.
There's, I'm sure they'll probably do something like that.
I don't like that sort of behavior. Like whether or not like that's just kind of how it is. But like it's the same thing with like I don't know, with DLC, with microtransactions, with like it is like, oh, we figured out how to open your wallet, and so we're just gonna just do that as much as we can.
Yeah, that's a very doomsday outlook on it.
Yeah,
but
it kind of is. Yeah, but like for me, the difference between console gaming and PC gaming has always been like, you get this thing, you're good for a time, right? Mm-hmm. That's the reason to do consoles over PC.
Sure.
Is you go like, I don't have to tinker with the shit inside my computer to make sure that it's always up to date. I just get this thing. I know everything's going to run on it for a given period of time. Right. And like doing iterations of consoles, doing like incremental upgrades takes the entire advantage away from consoles to me.
I do see that.
I can kind of see the argument. I don't agree with the argument, but I can see it. Let's move on though, because this went down a dark rabbit hole. You guys got real nasty about it. So
I didn't feel like I was nasty.
I sounded real angry.
No,
scared. I was scared.
I had a curiosity, and it was like this technology is way more like robust and durable and designed more for longevity than, for example, this, which I mean, here so many years later, I'm still playing,
ironically,
Link to the Past off the cartridge. But like, yeah, it just seems backwards to me.
I don't agree, and I don't think they're going to like necessarily lock you out. I think you guys are getting a little worked up about.
All right, but here's one more point, and then we'll kill it with a gun. Okay, so we're getting this when? We're getting this year or next year? We don't know.
Well, so
it's a 5-year cycle, then I guess it would be next year.
The leaks say holiday season.
Holiday. So really, we're getting it in March, most likely, because they're really good like that. Although we didn't get anything this March. We're in March, and we're not getting shit. So like that's when we're getting a lot of stuff, because we got like Animal Crossing and a bunch of other.
I'm guessing based on the track record that like there will be like 10 people that get it holiday season, and then most people won't get it for another year.
No kidding. Jesus. If they keep doing what they're doing right now with these online releases and stuff, it's ridiculous.
I don't know how to do that. If it's gonna be poop. Okay, so say that comes out this year. Say we get that this year and it hits the 5-year mark. Which is that this year? Okay, anyway. So we're getting that this year. Does that mean we're gonna have the console for 7 years? Or are they literally gonna rip the rug out from under us next year with the Switch 2? Or the next name next, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know. The Nintendo Queen.
You're saying, does this start the cycle over again, or is this, are they waiting to start another cycle? Is this just a half upgrade?
Well, is it a Switch Lite?
Yeah. when you get an upgrade, normally you're like, okay, this console is probably safe for this many more years. And when you get a new console, you're like, I got like at least 5 to 7 years.
I think it's an upgrade. I don't think it's a new console.
Upgrade. So if you're getting an upgrade, it's like you're going to make an upgrade at the end of the life cycle.
I don't think it's the end of. I think they're doing that as an effort to extend the life cycle.
So that could be that is what I'm saying. That could be that, which is we might actually see like 7-8 years out of the Switch, and they turn into a powerhouse.
I'm sorry I brought this up. This conversation has gone on way too long.
I don't know. I just on killing each console just so I know when to like commit and release commitment.
So here's my thought on it is that it is an effort to extend the life cycle because the Switch is so far behind technologically speaking compared to every other platform for gaming right now. It is so far behind. The only thing that it has going for it is its portability and its first party games, which is those are both good things, but the novelty is wearing off. And so they need to do something to make it compete with these other consoles and other platforms. They need to. Now, whether that's you think it's not consumer friendly or not, like that's what they're going to do. Now, I do believe that their plan is still to support all like the entire Switch family. So you're not going to be locked out, which is what everyone's concerned about. But
so then you have like 3 more years on the Switch. Then it's actually cool to have an option for both people. I wouldn't be mad. Like if you have an ultra powerful processor and then one that's $300 less than I have it right now. Like, that's fine.
Well, I mean, and like I've agreed with that from Jump Street also. Like if it's just more powerful and it's only for the people that want high performance gaming, then like
that's fair.
Fine, that's great. If they're releasing exclusives for it, they can take a hike.
That'll get you really bad. If I have to spend $700 on a new console, that's amazing, and I love it, but have to in order to play anything new.
So,
I'm going to be
some more perspective on that. Nintendo's the only company that has done that historically.
Right.
Like if you look at the history, even though Microsoft and Sony both released a half-step console this last generation, none of the games that were released were exclusive to those half-step consoles. So like we're talking about the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, right? Certainly they played better on those, but all games that came out on those consoles were guaranteed to run on the previous version of those consoles. Nintendo's the only company that's done anything like that, and they've only ever done it with their handhelds, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know that like they would. I think the worst like exclusivity stuff we're gonna see with that.
Wii U also a little bit, but like I'm not gonna.
Also, they're doing a lot of like Wii U to Switch stuff. So I could see like if you want to get those Switch games on the new Switch, you know, like and they move them up again another tier, and I'm just like, oh, man, that's a lot though.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that.
3 times, like.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Yeah, it's clear they kind of stumbled with the Wii U a lot, and they're picking up the pieces still. I think the Wii U is really the stumbling block, which I loved, but it's just like style and design wise, they kind of like almost lost the whole era right there.
I feel like marketing was their big flaw there. Like they should not have called it the Wii U. They should have called it something else.
Yeah.
They should have. But like that was a great piece of hardware. I loved the screen on it, and like the.
I still use mine.
That controller is amazing.
Actually, I sold mine and then I rebought it because I regretted selling it. So I have a Wii U. I like it.
I wasn't playing games at that point, but the limited amount of time that I spent playing a Wii U at my buddy's house, I love it. It's great.
So the topic for today is the past, present, and future. We went way long on that. Nintendo.
Dude, don't feel bad about bringing it up though. Like controversial subject is what makes podcasts work.
That's true. I didn't think we were going to be getting into the weeds on whether or not it was ethical for Nintendo to release a new system, though. That's fucking crazy.
That's a horrible way of putting it, but I love it.
Yeah.
It was the front runner. It matters. It has to matter.
So again, Adam was he was a past member. Adam, just real quick, because we need to close out the show.
Yeah.
What's your take on like the past and present of this show?
I mean, I think that when we started out, we didn't really know what we were doing. We're just like, hey, let's just talk about games every week.
Yeah, we want to just talk about video games with our friends.
Yeah,
and make a show out of it. Yeah,
and that was fine. But I think we skewed a little too topical. That we stuck to the news a little too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, especially with the help of everyone that you've got involved now, that it's become a much better show.
Thank you.
So yeah,
I think that's mostly Chamali's.
I mean, well, that's a big thing that you have Chamali here. He's giving you live notes. He's updating you on stuff. He's finding topics for you. Like that's amazing. That's invaluable.
It's been really, really an awesome deal. And obviously having Josh and Zach on, mixing up the personalities, while not planned at all, has worked out really well.
I think you guys you play off each other really well.
Yeah. So I think it's been a fun ride, man. It's been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But
Congrats.
And
Congrats
then
on 100 episodes.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
You contributed so strongly to that. Like we wouldn't be here without you. So
it's true.
I was only here for like 50 of them.
Yeah. yeah. But yeah, as far as the future goes, the plan is obviously to keep going. I think one of the things that we want to do is to start networking more with other content creators and, have a guest on, if possible, at some point every week we'd have a new guest, I think that's a lofty goal and it's going to take a while to get there. But my goal is to do that and not only talk about games, but highlight other streamers that are kind of like in our same kind of tier and try and build and network with people and build kind of like a cool, fun gaming community that way.
For sure. Yeah.
Early on in the run of the show, I was talking to Paul about what if we it was a joke that I made. I was like, I was mad at work one day, and I think Paul was too. I was like, what if we just quit our jobs and became full-time podcasters or a full-time podcasting network?
Yeah.
And it started as a joke. We kind of got that though. Like
chase that Joe Rogan deal. Get the
right.
That's what your million to go to Spotify exclusive.
Yeah.
But we all shout each other's streams out. When we're live, we're all frequently in each other's chats. We kind of become the network that we were joking about, which is super cool to me.
On a very, very small scale.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's where it's got to start, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. So those are our goals, and we want to just keep learning and growing and having fun talking about video games. So
yeah.
We do like that.
Yeah. Does anyone have any closing thoughts that aren't Nintendo Switch Pro related?
Well, you see. No.
Future, let's see. I hope Breath 2 is good. I'm hopeful.
I hope
so many things are good. I hope
we get a lot of cool Zelda stuff this year. I hope Outriders.
I'm really hoping for like a Zelda All-Stars collection.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's what our big prediction is. Zelda 35. Oh.
Yeah. Like watching you play. I mean, Adam, you've been playing my favorite Zelda game lately. And it's just like, I got to finish this game. I love it so much. And so many things came out in the middle of it that I wanted to. Nice.
Which game?
I will.
Link to
the Past. Yeah.
I might go live with it before you do. And because my wife's out of town, and I've got to finish that playthrough.
Race then.
Turtle Rock
race. It's been years since I played that game. But
I'll race anyone in Link's Awakening though.
Oh, dude,
what's that one real good?
I beat it in 6 hours, I think now. Oh, I just knocked my camera. You can probably beat it way faster.
You could beat Link to the Past in 6 hours. Link's Awakening. Yeah, I think like the general
like an hour.
No freaking way.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You can do it real fast.
Yeah, don't. Link to the Past, like 12 hours or 15 even.
I think
maybe.
as soon as I'm done with Neo, I think I'm gonna start streaming Link's Awakening remake. I'm excited about it.
So good.
I never finished the remake. We did the race. Well, so I started my own file, right when it first came out, and I was just playing it casually. And then Adam and I did a race on stream, and Adam beat my ass. We were basically just trying to see who could get the farthest in one sitting, and he got way further than me. And
I beat Dungeon 6.
Yeah, holy crap. Yeah. Anyway, so he demolished me in that, and then I put it down not because I was defeated, but because I was just busy and got busy with other games. But like I want to go back and finish it.
You had to pee.
I did have to pee. No, I'm not. I'm not talking about why we ended the stream. I'm talking, and then started a new stream.
Once I finish, so I'm doing all the Zeldas in order for the 35th anniversary.
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
And so like once I'm done with Link to the Past, I'm moving on to Link's Awakening, and I am gonna do the old version, probably like the original Game Boy, not the DS one.
I think that's a solid choice.
I mean, not the Game Boy Color one.
No.
This one.
I will say it's just so. As much as I love the original, after playing the remake, it's like the quality of life they added to it just by this equipment of your sword and shield as permanent buttons is like, oh my god, I forgot you had to literally go into your inventory and equip your sword or the gravity thing to pick up a rock.
Yeah,
like that is just so tedious. You only have 2 item slots ever. It's like having 5 item slots all times in the remake.
I still love it. Like the nostalgia. Every time I boot up my Game Boy with that cartridges in there, like it just it brings me joy. And like the music and everything. So like I absolutely love Blink, thank you for the gifted sub to Lady Ash. Really appreciate that. But
nice.
Like even though like the remake is amazing, like it doesn't quite hit the nostalgia feelings as hard as like booting up the original.
There are a lot of quality
like that game literally
a lot of little extras that I like, but and then there's nothing will beat the original for me.
So not to go on another rabbit trail because we really do need to end, but we had a conversation in the chat about like what a not a pivotal but like a formative game was for you, and that to me was like the number one formative game of my childhood.
I'd say
we'll talk more about
we are going to talk more about that on the next
week.
on the next podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, you can come back if you want.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to if you want to talk about that. But we are going to talk about that next time. That being said, we got to wrap it up. Thank you, Adam, for joining us. Colin, thanks again for joining us. If you're still listening, we really appreciate that, brother. This was, man, I can't believe we made it to 100 episodes. It was so fun.
Right,
guys.
Here's to another 100.
Dude, thank you. Let's see. In the chat, we've got all of our, where you can find the podcast. You've got the Discord, you've got the YouTube, you've got the Twitter, the Instagram. Follow those, check those out. Share us on all of those platforms if you can. We really appreciate
all
that.
All of us. We are all live from time to time. It's great. It's great fun.
We are all live from time to time. Our socials are right down below us. I don't want to read them off right now just because we've gone late. But thanks again, guys, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.